Hi everyone, it's Emily Burgess, one of the registered dietitians at Home Base. Today I'm going to be talking with you guys about energy bars, also known as protein bars. Nowadays, when you head to the grocery store, CVS, or even a gas station, there pretty much is an entire aisle dedicated to these bars. I frequently get asked what my favorite energy bars are and what I recommend and why. During the video today, I'm going to be laying out my top 5 tips for picking out an energy bar. I hope you enjoy. Tip number 1, don't judge a book by its cover. At first glance, you may see words on packaging such as natural, but we need to look a little bit deeper. The word natural actually has no definition that's regulated by the FDA, so any company can place that word on its packaging just to draw consumers in. The best place to start is by checking out the back of the packaging to see what you are going to be consuming. Tip number 2, read that ingredient list. Usually the first thing that people look for on these energy bars is grams of protein, carbs, fat, fiber, and sugar, while others mainly look at the calories. Now these numbers do provide us with useful information, but we want to know where these nutrients are coming from. This is where the ingredient list comes in. An example I use a lot here is that clients will come to me saying, well, isn't that bar really high in sugar? And I say, okay, but where are these sugars coming from? They're not coming from added sugars, from like high fructose corn syrup or white sugar. They're coming from foods such as raisins, craisins, and dates. Tip number 3, the avoid these ingredient list. There are a few ingredients that can be listed on the ingredient list that I usually recommend people try to avoid or limit. Some of these ingredients can cause GI distress, and some of these are from sources high in saturated fats and also trans fats that we want to try to limit in our diets. First off, we want to try to avoid artificial sweeteners such as aspartame and sucralose, and also sugar alcohols like erythritol and xylitol. These sweeteners and sugar alcohols for many people can cause GI distress, and when consumed pre-workout, it can even impact their performance. The last 2 ingredients are high fructose corn syrup and partially hydrogenated oils. These ingredients are high in saturated fats and trans fats, which are 2 fats that we want to try to limit in our diets. We want to be getting heart-healthy fats from sources such as nuts, nut butters, and seeds. Tip number 4, the go for it ingredient list. So we have covered what ingredients we want to try to avoid, but what are we looking for? We want to look for whole fruits such as dates, raisins, or craisins, heart-healthy fats such as peanut butter, almond butter, and nuts, natural sweeteners such as honey, syrup, cocoa powder, and cinnamon, and protein that comes from sources such as whey isolate protein, pea protein, egg whites, and other alternative plant-based protein sources. I like to say, if you can pronounce it, it's probably good for you. And lastly, tip number 5, check the portion size. An energy bar is usually used for a snack, and the general recommendation is that it should be around 200 to 250 calories and around 15 to 20 grams of protein. Now remember that nutrition is very individualized, so these are just general guidelines. Also, check to see how many servings there are per bar before consuming. Thanks for tuning in to my top 5 energy bar tips. Energy bars are for convenience, so they are not necessary to achieve your wellness goals. They can come in handy when commuting to work, snacking between doing errands, or just keeping at your desk at work as a backup plan. Some bars that I recommend include Lara bars, Go Macro bars, and Kind bars. Try and find one at your house or at the store the next time you go, and practice running through the tips that we just talked about. Thanks for watching. If you have questions about the nutrition services at Home Base, please reach out to us. Visit our website at www.homebase.org/nutrition and submit a question under Ask the Dietitian. For recipe inspiration, scroll down and check out our recipe library. Please share our content with your family and friends, and don't forget to follow us on social media at Home Base Program.